Today we're going to be covering the basics of one of our most essential organs in our body, the liver. An interesting and significant fact about the liver structure is that it's our largest internal organ and gland in our body, on average weighing about 3 pounds or 1.4 kilograms. The shape of this massive organ is like an isosceles triangle. As you can see, it's a little lopsided. The right side is actually heavier and larger than the left side, and our liver stretches across our abdominal cavity, inferior to our diaphragm in our rib cage, and is beside our stomach. There are 4 lobes used to distinguish our liver: the right lobe, left lobe, caudate lobe, and the quadrate lobe. The caudate and quadrate lobe can't be seen face forward at a standard anatomical position. They are seen at a posterior view. There are 2 large vessels which connect to the liver, the hepatic artery and the portal vein. And the portal vein supplies 75% of the liver's blood usage. And also there's a hepatic duct where bile, which we'll learn about later, flows through. The liver is a part of the digestive system and is vital in completing the process of digestion and in importing nutrients to our body cells. The liver takes on many tasks, and its main role is the production of a yellow-green bitter fluid called bile. And bile serves many purposes. The main one is to break down the compounds of lipids into smaller digestible chemicals or droplets called micelles. After it is produced by our liver, it is either delivered to our duodenum or stored in our gallbladder, an accessory organ. Now these micelles have an increased surface area and are digested and absorbed much easier by our small intestine. This makes it a critical organ in our digestive system because we need lipids to help absorb other nutrients, insulate our body, act as hormones, and build cell membranes. Bile is also an alkaline, which means it neutralizes stomach acid, which is found in chyme, our semi-digested food released by our pyloric sphincter. Stomach acid is highly acidic and is damaging to our tissue, so bile is able to neutralize it before it enters our ileum. And bile is also an antibacterial, so it kills bacteria, which may be found in chyme, preventing our small intestine or our body from getting infected by bacteria. It also acts as a carrier for cholesterol to be excreted. Aside from the production of bile, your liver plays many roles, one of which is very known: the detoxification of our bloodstream from toxic substances such as alcohol, amphetamines, steroids, etc. Enzymes in the liver remove these toxins from our blood, then convert it into their harmless inactive counterparts, which are then excreted from our body. It also detoxifies our blood from substances our own body creates, like hormones such as estrogen, aldosterone, antidiuretics, and so forth. Our liver also goes through essential catabolic and anabolic reactions. It also absorbs extra glucose and converts it into glycogen, where it is held in the liver and our muscles to be used for later. This prevents crazy spikes in our blood glucose level and helps maintain our homeostasis. It also catabolizes its glycogen storage, converting it back to glucose when it is needed. Our liver also plays a role with protein, the building block of our cells. Before the amino acids absorbed from our small intestine can be used, they must be processed through our liver. Our liver removes ammonia, which is a waste product and a toxin from the amino acids, and converts it into urea to be excreted as urine. Now our body can synthesize proteins from the amino acids safely. The liver is also a storage location for many essential compounds needed in our body. It stores fat-soluble vitamins our body needs, such as vitamin A, D, K, and B12. It also stores iron and folic acid, which our body needs for the production of red blood cells. So as you can see, our liver does an extensive amount of jobs that not only our digestive system requires, but all the cells in our body require in order to function. It is the first stop our nutrients must reach even before they're sent out to the rest of the body. And even after that point, our liver still plays a role in the function of the digestive system. With so many jobs, things happening within our liver, it is easy for something to go wrong, which is why there are so many diseases that can affect it. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is a disease where 5 to 10% of the liver's mass is composed of fat. The true cause is unknown, but we know it's not because of alcohol consumption. However, there is a correlation between NAFLD and type 2 diabetes, obesity, atherosclerosis, and high blood pressure. There are 2 branches of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease: simple and steatohepatitis. Simple is when the fat content is not severe enough to do any damage to the liver and can be reversed through a change in lifestyle. Steatohepatitis is when there's too much fat. It causes damage and inflammation to the cells. It can lead to fibrosis, which is scarring of the liver. Then, if this becomes permanent, it becomes cirrhosis, which can lead to liver cancer and even liver failure. Medical technology which can be used to diagnose NAFLD and the branch or stage it's at is a liver biopsy. The patient undergoes a minor surgery with a local anesthetic, where a liver specialist inserts a very thin needle through the patient's skin into the liver, then the liver tissue is removed. After it is analyzed, there are 3 pieces of information which can be learned from the biopsy. Once determined if it is non-alcoholic liver disease, doctors will be able to tell if it's simple non-alcoholic fatty liver disease or if it's non-alcoholic steatohepatitis. It also shows how damaged the liver is from the disease, allowing doctors to go forward with an appropriate treatment. The liver is not only a heavy organ, but heavy in content and information. So a very brief review is what we learned is that the liver has two main lobes with two minor ones within it. It is an integral organ in our digestive system, as the functions of it continue or finish the jobs of other organs in our digestive system. It produces bile, which breaks down fats into micelles. It detoxifies our bloodstream, synthesizes protein, and stores fat-soluble vitamins. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is a disease which can damage the cells and inflame our liver, and it could be diagnosed with a liver biopsy.